Hi Sagittarius, this is going to be your general reading in regards to, what you need to forgive at this time. Forgiving is, that type of energy where it's like, it doesn't even matter if, whatever you feel like did you wrong or did you dirty, like it doesn't even matter if that situation or those people or that person are sorry or are genuinely sorry. It's like, it's so true what you read up on forgiveness, that that energy is solely for you to align yourself with feeling better. Because when we don't forgive people or situations, it's like it really just causes such harm to ourselves. It creates burdens, like heavy weight on our shoulders, and sometimes we don't even realize it. It plays out in different ways in our lives, and it's because it's a conflict that feels unresolved. It's conflict that feels possibly like pain or guilt, whatever it is. And it's so important to embody that energy of true forgiveness. And I feel like it's a really hard thing, especially more so as a fire sign, to really do. I feel like it's easier for us to kind of have that warrior-like energy where it's like, no, we're not bothered at all, not even in the slightest, not even a little. What's your name again? But that's really just a cover-up for our ego. And I feel like a majority of us as fire signs don't even realize that, because it feels so real. Like literally, it feels ingrained in us to just react that way, act that way, and be that way. But it actually stems from something else within us, which is being let down in some type of way. And then, that sadness then turns into anger. And that's how we deal with it, is by like suppressing our feelings and acting through ego, because our ego helps us. Our ego, gives us confidence, but it's kind of like a fake confidence. It's that type of confidence where it's like, we didn't need them anyway, or fuck them, I already knew, and it's like, you're bothered, you're actually bothered. And I know as a fire sign personally what that's like, and it's like, what do we do to get out of that energy? Because honestly, at the end of the day, it's fake. It really is. It's not real. And it doesn't even matter if your intention is to be fake. It just is. So how do we get in touch with what's real? It's like we need to figure out, well, why are we so upset? Why are we angry at these people? Because we only control ourselves, right? We only control our own feelings, our own actions, our own thoughts. And, it's really important to take that time to reflect, to try to understand what is really going on here. Like, why am I upset? Do I feel let down? Do I feel like I was lied to? Do I feel like I don't know, this person broke my heart? Or do I feel like I was manipulated? Like what is it that you actually feel, and why do you feel this way? And then it's important to understand what part you played in that. Because when you understand that it takes two to tango, right? Or even if it's like a group of friends, that you feel have maybe betrayed you in some type of way, it's like that quote still holds true. It takes two to tango. Like, did you not, already trust these people, so therefore you went in on whatever happened with no trust, so therefore that's an energy people can feel whether they speak on it or not. It's a frequency that you're putting out there, and people respond to that. So is it just energy, or did you actually do something? Did you actually say something? Like, what part did you play? And the reason it's important to understand and take responsibility for our actions when things go wrong in our life is that way you can feel compassion for yourself, and understanding that, like, let's say you were naive to a situation and you made a mistake based off of that, or a wrong judgment call, something like that. it's like you may feel really guilty about it and be like, fuck, you know, like I fucked up, something along those lines. And it's like, well, you know, if you knew then what you know now, you probably wouldn't have done the same thing, right? You probably wouldn't have said the same thing. Something would be different. But, you know, you can't take back time. So it's like sometimes this puts us in this energy of feeling guilty, and we don't even realize it's guilt or feeling bad. And that's why sometimes there's this lingering burden-like energy, heavy weight on our shoulders. And it's like, it's probably because we're not forgiving ourselves. We're not realizing possibly as well what it is we did. And it's like, once you really have that open mind and really think about, well, where did I go wrong in this? What did I do? How did I play my part? And you understand that and you accept that and you forgive yourself and these other people. It's like nobody can fuck with that, because it takes true confidence to get to that point in your life to be able to do that, because only strong people can do that. It's weak people who are like, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck, 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 fuck you. And it's like, you sound like a fucking buffoon, you know, like really, in all honesty. And like I said, I know what that's like, just because as a fire sign, we feel so much, but at the same time, it's like we have to cover it up because, you know, we're badass bitches. We have a presence to like maintain where it's like we don't feel anything unless we want to feel, you know? And it's like, well, that's just not how we operate as humans in this life. It's just not possible. But we can play mind games with ourselves and say, we don't care, we don't care, we don't care. And then it's like, honestly, it's like, an energy is energy. If you care, you care. So all you're doing is suppressing it and locking that up and putting it somewhere in your subconscious. And then it just explodes somewhere in your life at some point when you don't deal with these things. So it's so important to avoid that and understand yourself and have compassion for yourself and truly forgive yourself. And have compassion for the other person too, who you feel like did you dirty, did you wrong, and really like be an outsider to the situation. Like, do you feel like these people meant to intentionally hurt you? Do you feel like they intentionally meant to do you dirty? And if so, it's like, well, let's look at their upbringing. Let's look at their life. Like, why do you think this could possibly be the case, you know? And at the end of the day, is it really personal? I know we as fire signs take it personal, right? Because, you know, this is our fucking life. Like, I get it. I get it. But a higher perspective would be, you know, like, it's really not personal. It's usually survival mode. It's usually past experiences coming at play, and people comparing things and people making judgment calls. And, you know, it's like, if we all didn't have an ego at the end of the day, like the devil-like energy part of our ego, where it's like it messes with our mind and our thoughts and our judgment calls, it's like we would all just want to be at peace with one another. And it's hard to do that because it's like we all have trouble getting on that same page as people. So it's really important to understand your own energy, your own natal chart in this life, so you can see how healing works best for you, because that's what healing is. That's what forgiveness is all about, is truly healing and surrendering. So when you surrender, that is truly trusting the universe. It's not just saying, I trust the universe, I give it to the, it's like, no, you're actually understanding and believing that when you surrender to the divine plan that you signed up for before coming into this life, it's like when you decide energetically between you and the universe that, like, okay, I'm going with the flow. It's like you get rewarded for that. And the universe is like, okay, you know what? We see that you're trusting us now, so we're going to reward you. And, you know, you get rewarded through these intuitive hits, these downloads. You'll just get these strong feelings of these pulls of where you're meant to go in life, what you're meant to do. And it's a clearer picture of who you are as a person and what works for you. So when you're more in touch with who you really are, your soul, and more aligned with yourself, it's like people feel that energy. That is literally true confidence. It's not fake, it's real, it's untouchable. People don't mess with it. Like I was saying in another video, it's like this stuff, is considered, woo-woo or whatever, weird to my local community. But it's like the more I learn about it, the more I embrace it, and I'm able to put it in some type of structured form where it just makes sense in a traditional type of way to my people. It's like, and I'm actually believing in what it is I'm saying, and I believe there's some connection here from us to source, from us to our intuition, and there's something deeper going on, something bigger than us going on, and how it connects already to people and their belief system. Regardless, it's like people can't touch that. Even if they wanted to touch that, they can't touch that because it's true confidence. Like when you're actually really confident in what it is you're doing, what it is you believe in, people don't want to touch that. They're like, ooh, it's a lot. It's a strong energy, and it's an important energy to have because it means you know thyself, and knowing thyself is so, so important. And when you truly know yourself, you understand that you can't go around harboring bad feelings about people, no matter what they've done to you, because it's hurting you. It's not hurting the other person. I mean, even if it is, right? Because that's what some of us do too, right? It's like some of us will pull that mind game of like, okay, well, you felt that I was unimportant in your life, so I'm going to make you feel like you were nothing in my life, so therefore you're gone. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big fuck you to people, and a real good mind fuck. And it's like, are you really just hurting that person, or are you hurting yourself in the midst of that? Because it's such a powerful, it's such a good fuck you that it's like, it's almost too good, right? Because it works. It actually gets people far away from you. It doesn't bring people closer to you. And it's like, well, is that what you wanted? And again, that's where compassion for yourself is so important. It's like, is that the energy you really want to embody in your life? Is that the energy you truly feel? Like, yes, in the moment, that's how we feel, right? But what about later on? Because our thoughts and our feelings, they're always changing, right? The world around us is always changing. So it's like, we're always going to change. Even when the return of Saturn happens, it's like it happens again in our, I think, late 50s or early 50s, I forgot. So it's like, it doesn't even matter what we're going through right now. It's like, shit's going to change in a few years again. So, it's okay to back out of things that we thought we were so sure of, in order to protect our ego. It's like that ego is just a mask, and it's like not even worth it at the end of the day. How you really feel is more worth it, and there's freedom that goes along with it, and there's confidence that goes along with it, because there's no act to keep up with, right? It's just an act at the end of the day. So I feel like more so as a fire sign, it's harder to forgive and understand the role that we played out in whatever, went down in our lives with these people that have hurt us. But it's like, it's so crucial. It's so important. And I'm hoping with this reading, this could give you just food for thought. So with that being said, I'm going to shuffle some cards and see, messages from the universe to Sagittarius in regards to how to embody forgiveness, and like where it'll take you, what it'll do for you energetically. Ooh, okay, so I'm just going to take the first one. Hathor, receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Allow yourself to receive. Okay. I feel like that's another thing too. Sometimes we don't realize that we're mad at ourselves. In stillness I receive. Okay, so there's a message about receiving. And it usually starts with figuring out how we played a part in whatever went down. Oneness and unity. I accept the oneness of all life, and I know I am one with all others on this journey. I support them and let them support me. I am brave and not afraid to ask for assistance. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in all around me. I see everything as part of my own life, and I accept others for who they are. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my life and into theirs. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my life. Yeah, so when we just focus on differences, it's like, it kind of brings like a judgy type of energy, right? And on some spectrum, we are all judging. We're just handling it differently, you know? Some of us observe and see, but we don't do anything about it, which is what I would highly recommend, because, you know, our eyes are there, our ears are there, you know, we can't help but observe what we see and hear. But it's like, if you're taking that to another level that you know is not like fair, but you may do this subconsciously to protect yourself, and you may not even be aware of it. But it just doesn't serve a purpose. It just doesn't. Moon in Virgo. Issues surrounding health and exercise may come to the fore. Focus on your physical well-being. I feel like this is a message about like focusing on yourself and not what others are doing. Opportunity and change. In stillness I receive. So I feel like you see how this, what is this? I don't know, a soul energy, whatever, is covering its heart. And then this is open. And this is about opportunity and change. And there's a message about receiving. So Virgo is an earth sign. It's oh, that's so funny. It's the same as you. It's a mutable sign. So, you know, I feel like mutable signs, what is it? It's Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces. What's the other one? Hold on. Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. Is it? Oh, Gemini. It's like you guys are more adaptable to go with the flow. But this may be something that's a little outside your reach. So this may be something that's harder for you to do. So Hathor is that's the deity for the high priestess in tarot, which is what's behind the veil. What's the secret? So you see the moon, it's supposed to be anyway, the crescent and the full moon. So it's like intuitive and secrets, but it's not like the bad secrets. It's just knowing things, having a higher wisdom. Allow yourself to receive this will increase your intuition, energy, and ability. So solar plexus is here, which is also ego. So I feel like you may be blocking like your blessings through ego. issues surrounding health and exercise may come to the... So I don't take the words literally when it comes to oracle cards. Like, it's just within that energy is what I feel like it's talking about. So issues surrounding health and exercise, so mental and physical, may come to the fore. Focus on your physical well-being. Physical well-being. In stillness I receive opportunity and change. So since you guys are usually the type of people that are like going with the flow, you know, that's why everybody loves you guys, because you guys are easy that way. Ugh, for the most part. For the most part. So it's like there may be some issue with feel like receiving. So Queen of Cups is that intuitive, it's the water sign. It's, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, a water sign, I'm just saying. Means balance, being intuitive, balance with the emotions. In stillness I receive opportunity and change. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition. It's funny because I feel like the message is going with the flow, as if you're having difficulty with this, but it's like if you go with the flow, then you'll be able to embrace that energy of forgiveness, because when you're going with the flow, instead of trying to control things that are outside of your reach, it's like you're more receptive to those intuitive hits. It's like source, you know, source, spirit guides, they don't like when ego's at play, when you're trying to control things, when you're trying to when you're so wrapped up in your head, like overthinking, it's like, well, how can your intuition talk to you? Like, how can you really hear the, you know, advice from the divine? And that's what it is. But it's like you may be blocking this because there's something about receiving here. Okay, so I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to channel. How can you embrace this energy of forgiveness? How can you get in touch with this? I'm seeing fortune. I'm seeing the fortune symbol from astrology. So that's that energy you embrace when you figure out what your passion is. So it's like, let's say, like, for example, my fortune is in Scorpio. So it's like, you know, oh my God, what's this called again? Tarot. Divination. So it's like, this makes sense. You know, the Scorpio energy is like the things that cannot be seen, the occult, magic, you know, intuition, all about that shit. Like, that shit gives me life. So it's like I truly embody that energy. So it's like, so whatever, I would check out what energy your fortune is in. And there's something to that about forgiveness. Seeing somebody walk in it's walking in light. Ooh. But being feeling restrained. So it's like there's, I'm gonna open my eyes. So it's like I saw you in coming out of like your car, I felt like, and walking towards something that was light. But then all of a sudden, as you're walking, I saw this string around your ankle and pulling you back. So it's like you hold yourself back. you hold yourself back from something regarding happiness. I feel like you're searching for it. But I felt like the message is it's like already within you, which is so typical. Like that is the truth, you know? So how can you obtain forgiveness? I mean, embody like like truly forgiving people. Oh, I got it. Looking, so it's like I'm seeing a lighthouse within your eyes, and it's like looking for happiness, and it's like, what did you get? Okay, so this is a big one, I feel like, in regards to forgiveness. Like, when we feel like somebody's done us wrong, somebody's done us dirty, it's like, you know, sometimes I'll talk about, well, what was the lesson learned? It's like, but no, what were you gifted with? This will really give you that energetic shift. I promise you, like literally, I promise you on everything. What were you gifted with from these people? And really reflect on that and think about it. Like, what gifts were exchanged with these people who have hurt you or did whatever the situation is? How did you get something out of it? And how did these other people get something out of it? You know what I mean by that? You. Like, I'm talking about, what did whoever it is, family, friends, lovers, what did they get from you? What did you gift them with? And then what did these people gift you with? What did you receive? What did you get? And how can you be thankful for that? Because if whatever, whatever this looks like to you, doing you dirty, doing you wrong, whatever it is, it's like, if you understand what was meant to happen based off of that, right? It's like, then you're therefore, you can get into this energy of focusing in on the gifts you were given and the energy you feel based off of those gifts. It's not all anger and sadness, right? When we really, really think about these friendships, like if I were to use, friends as an example, that I know did me dirty. And when I say did me dirty, I mean talk shit behind my back. If I were to really think about, what did they gift me with? And I think about some specific individuals, and I'm like, okay, well, during these times of need, the times that I really needed a support system, like, they were there. They came through for me, for sure. They either kept me busy, took me out, they let me stay over their house because I was living with an ex at the time, like, whatever it was, like, truly, like, I am so thankful, and I don't care if these people understand that I was thankful, because the point of being thankful and showing gratitude is just that, just the energy itself is, you're thankful, and you don't need to go above and beyond for it, because then it's like, why are you doing that? Being thankful is thankful. Being grateful is grateful. What did they gift me with? I think about the confidence and the advice they gave me during these times, like, they really gave me food for thought. But yet these aren't the things we think of when people, quote unquote, fuck us over, right? Whatever that looks like to you. We focus on the pain they caused, or the anger, whatever, the guilt, whatever it is. We don't think about what was actually given to us energetically, right? So it's like, I feel like what I'm seeing is that something was given to you and you may not be in touch with that. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in all around me. I see everything as part of my own life, and I accept others for who they are. I really feel like this is what I was seeing. It's like you were like embodying like a lighthouse looking for happiness outside of you, and it was already within you. So it's like, did these people give you good experiences? Did they make you laugh? Did they make you smile? Did they give you food for thought? Like, truly, did they? These things will change our lives, and we don't really give these people credit, because sometimes we don't realize it. Sometimes we take credit for it, and that's our ego. We're just like, no, we don't need these people. Fuck those people. And then it's like, okay, that's great, okay, but how can you not be so angry about it? Because it's just an act, right? We're bothered. Sometimes we also get bothered because we think about these things without realizing this is what these people have gifted us with, right? And we consider that this is what's missing now. And it's like we then get angry or sad or guilty about not being involved in these people's lives anymore. And that could be on a subconscious level, right? Because, there's so much ego. So thinking about what it is these people, like what it is you liked about these people as friends, as family, as lovers, because there's that connection and that chemistry between all three groups, right? And so it's like when there's a loss, it's sad, it's a death, we get angry, but then it's like, okay, let's get out of that. Even on a subconscious level, like, let's not be angry when we think of these people. Like, what did you give these people that you can't get back? And what did these people give you that they can't get back energetically? I lost my frame of thought. I had a thought. I don't know where it went. So when it comes back, it comes back. All right, let's close the eyes again. So I feel like we're seeing the fortune energy, whatever that is, at a distance. And it's like, I feel like there's like a reparenting energy going on, like reparenting yourself to understand that it's like when you figure out the role you played in these situations, it's like, I'm gonna open my eyes. You can't feel guilty. You're going to, right? Because you feel you're a human, but it's like you can't feel bad. You can't stay in that energy. You have to truly understand that you knew no better at that time. So it's not that you deserve to suffer or, deserve to feel pain. It's like that's also an energy of not forgiving, because you're going to have resentments towards that other person, because low key it's like you're mad at yourself. What the fuck? Can you stop? Sorry. Oh, I remember what I was going to say before. So these people, what did they give you that you can't give yourself? Is it attention? Is it love? Is it laughing? Is it smiling? Is it food for thought? What is it? And then realize that energetically, these people are always with you, right? This is why they always talk about one. We're all one under the same consciousness, because it's like, I know that that doesn't really like help, right? Because we always want these, not everyone, but some people, it's like we want them physically, right? But it's like if you were to just understand and surrender to the universe and trust that there is this divine plan going on that you just don't remember, it's like things will just flow the way they're meant to, and you're not going to be in this energy of embodying anger, resentment, guilt, or anything low frequency. It's like whatever these people gave you, you can get on your own. We just get too caught up in the physical plane, the 3D realm, where it's like, no, we need them here. We need them here because we can't get what they provide. And it's like, no, you can. Go on a TikTok. That shit will make you laugh for hours. You can't smile? You don't have like something to smile at? Are you kidding me? Yes, you do. There's something. A thought, a memory, maybe a pet. Like there's something to smile. A stimulating conversation. Go YouTube something, a topic of interest, or do a podcast, like hear what they have to say, people's opinions and thoughts. Keep an open mind. It's like that shit will really get your mind going. It's a nice mind fuck, It's like that's why they try to tell you we're all one. Nobody is ever really out of your life. They're always with you energetically, because the energy they bring to you is just that energy. And if you're following along, then, that's like a real mind fuck within itself, what I'm saying. But it helps, it brings that opportunity and change your way to new beginnings, to really understand, understanding that nobody has ever really left us. Nobody has ever really, intentionally meant to do us dirty, even when they did. It's like it's really like a higher perspective, and it is a higher perspective. It's not just like brainwashing you, mind gaming you, whatever, so you just feel good to lie to yourself. Like, no, this is truth right here. Nothing is ever personal. All right, let's see what this is all about. So I just feel like the energy I'm picking up on is things are out of reach. Like I'm seeing this window with light in a dark room, and it's like you're at a distance from it and you see it. And then it's like you're closer to the window and you're looking up at the sky, you're looking up at the stars, and you're just like daydreaming of it. And it's this thing like is next to a tree. So it's like there needs to be a higher perspective here, because energetically people feel that when people are cool with each other. You know what I mean? And it radiates happiness. It just does. You can't be hung up on things that coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's like it's been done. I'm gonna open my eyes. It's like living in a past timeline. It's not helping anything. It's just not. It's not changing anything. It's not helping you. It's probably making you feel like shit when you think of the things that went wrong with these people. But when you look at it thinking like, okay, well, what did I learn? What did I get? And what did they get? It's like it really gives you peace of mind. I accept the oneness of all life, and I know I am one with all others on this journey. Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to say before. I support them and let them support me. I am brave and not afraid to ask for assistance. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in all around me. I see everything as part of my own life, and I accept others for who they are. You know, and if you have trouble with this, I would also try to ask yourself, where do you see a part of yourself in these people? That way you really can have compassion. Have you not done similar things? Have you done similar things? You know, you can't just like block out this energy and be like, I don't care. I don't really care. Well, you do care because it's doing something mentally and physically. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Sometimes I think back to these conversations I felt like I had with God, or, you know, whatever it is you believe in. And I remember thinking to myself, like, okay, guys, like, no more bullshit. Like this time I mean it. Like, you guys better be good to me with whatever it is I was going through in life. And then it's like when something went sour, I'd always go back and it would put me in this like sour puss mood. Like, what do I believe in now? Because I'm pretty fucking positive I asked you guys for assistance and I didn't get that assistance. And it's like if I really, 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 really reflect and think deep and not just think about the pain that I felt I received, but I think about the lessons that went into that. And I think about what I ended up getting out of it. I'm like, oh shit. You know, I don't know if I like your guys' system, you know, up there, but it kind of worked. All right, I'll close my eyes, see if I see anything else. But I feel like it's a pretty clear message that it's like you kind of have to dig deep into yourself and understand, you know, all these people, whatever it was that hurt you, got you messed up in the head. It's like you need to have compassion there, see things from a higher perspective, and understand that you're never really separated from these people, that the energy they have given you, you can get on your own. And honestly, like, I know how that sounds kind of lonely, but like, but the truth is that once you believe that and you see it yourself, you see yourself laughing at videos and you see yourself thinking and you, whatever it is you were getting from these people, it's like, oh yeah, I kind of can get that on my own. It doesn't mean like that's your destiny, you know, like you're on your own, like you don't need these people. Like, no, it's just like the universe needs you to understand that you are so much more. You are so much more, and that you'll never need anything outside of you because you already have it. Everything's within you. Hopefully I explained that in a way that you guys can like grasp, because it took me forever to truly understand that. There's a message about your intuition. Balance it with your emotions. Don't block out your emotions. Let it just all come in, and just like really think about the first thought you think about a topic. And then think about that. Because that's your intuition. Your ego is the follow-up thought. And you know how you can confirm that? By playing with both thoughts, right? So the first thought that comes into your head is your intuition, like that really quiet little voice. And then all of a sudden this loud ass, this loud, oh my God, I can't talk. This loud ass voice, double energy, comes in and is like, no. Let me tell you why. Hear out both sides and see which one feels safe. Like, and when I say feel safe, I don't mean to protect yourself. I mean, makes you feel good. Sometimes we consider that intuition, which is from Neptune, to be la la land. And it's like, we're not wrong. There is something about imagination playing out, and can this be real? Yeah, that's totally true. That's why it's part of your fucking intuition. You're supposed to discern yourself if this is real life. Because sometimes we're too logical, which is that devil energy playing out. It's really important to balance out your Neptune and your Saturn energy. It's important to balance out your Pisces energy and your Capricorn energy, because both are so important. It's your mind and your heart. What makes you feel good? Sometimes we tell ourselves like, well, no, we're not meant to feel that good. Like, we're actually telling ourselves this on some type of, subconscious level. And it's sick how we do that, because society has raised us to believe these thoughts. But we're actually just supposed to be fucking genuinely happy here. We're supposed to do good things. We're supposed to help one another. We're supposed to love one another. And sometimes those thoughts, when they come into our head, they're too much. They're too woo-woo, but they're actually the realest ones. And you'll see good things follow through for you if you follow them. And that's how you could test it out. All right, anything else? Something about like, I feel like what I was just saying, discerning. I feel like you're seeing trees, like you're seeing knowledge, and then you're putting like clouds over it in some type of way. You're tainting something. Due to control. I'm seeing it. But that's what surrendering is all about, is trusting the universe and genuinely trusting it and asking for guidance and actually believing in it. Not just saying it and then like getting it and you're like, oh no, never mind. You know what I mean? That's confusing the universe. So what I feel like here would help you forgive and get into this energy of taking like load off your shoulders is being open to receiving these intuitive hits. You may just be, I feel like too much devil energy, too much like logic, too much, because that's also what Virgos do, It's all about structure, schedule, and I love my Virgos, but, they are who they are. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my life and into others. This is talking about, where did you play a part? So it's like once you go into that energy and you understand and forgive yourself, because we're not innocent, right? It's just like it gets to that point where it's like, okay, let's keep an open mind here. What did I do? And then it's like, okay, how do you forgive yourself? Because sometimes then we go back to the blame game and it's like, well, I only did this because of this. And it's like, okay, that's not the higher perspective. That's not keeping an open mind. An open mind would be that we all know right versus wrong, right? So it's like just owning it and accepting it for what it is. And then forgiving yourself. Because technically you did know better. You just didn't. It would be your ego telling you did. So that's what I got for you. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. And yeah. All right. Bye.